welcome back to the home of cruising on TV. We are Cruise First and this is Derek, I'm Joe, and buckle up for some far-flung adventures over the next 30 minutes. Now we're setting sail with the fabulous Princess Cruises for 3 incredible itineraries that are going to take us right around the world.
Yes, they certainly are. Coming up a little bit later on, we've got a fascinating American heritage discovery that will take us down the east coast of the US of A and includes a stay in New York, New York. Yes. We'll then be heading down under to explore the best of Tasmania with a Sydney City stay, and best of all the offers in this show have a low deposit offer, just £199, which is brilliant. So we're looking at holidays of 14 nights or less, so really manageable for all of us.
Yes, and if you're looking for something a little bit closer to home, then do stick around, because towards the end of the show, we've also got a great selection of no-fly cruises from Southampton for next year with some equally amazing ports of call. But before that, should we head to Alaska?
Yes, why not? Yes, everyone wants to go to Alaska, and actually Princess are really a great cruise line to cruise Alaska, because they can get into Glacier Bay as well. Not everyone can go into Glacier Bay, can they?
It's really exclusive, actually, to be able to be allowed into that Glacier Bay National Park, and an incredible experience. You're going to love it. The Great White North, there's nowhere like it. Well, this incredible adventure is called Luxury Alaska Inside Passage with Glacier Bay, as you mentioned, for 10 nights. We've got various dates available between May and September of next year, which are the absolute best months of the year to explore this part of the world. Now, we've based our price in this show on the 5th of May, when we will fly you to Canada for a 2-night pre-cruise stay in fantastic Vancouver. Wow, yeah, great way to start your adventure in Alaska. I love it. I love everything about Vancouver. Vancouver has that real outdoor vibe about it. It's really fresh. There's lots of incredible exploring to do. You know, you could be out in the water whale watching. You could be up in the mountains seeing the incredible bear sanctuary over in Grouse Mountain, or you could indeed be enjoying a cable car ride or a touch of shopping. You know, lots to see and do in Vancouver. It's a real cosmopolitan city with a heart. Adventure, ahoy, and also, you know, if you just prefer to relax, lots to do there as well. And then it's time for us to embark the fantastic Ruby Princess. You're going to be on board for 7 nights as you explore the Great White North. No better way to do it, like you said, Derek, than with Princess. They are one of the best versed cruise lines in the industry when it comes to Alaska, I have to say. From the experts that they fly on board to talk you through the economy, the ecology, history about these ports, through to the activities they actually run whilst you're in Alaska, like the polar plunge, which is like you jump into the pool, you get a certificate because you've gone, for a polar dive in Alaska, things like that.
Is that cold?
Yes, it is cold. I think there's something about they put ice in there or something. I can't remember, but it's definitely part of the experience when you're in Alaska.
Okay.
And you might be sitting up there in the hot tub, with the glaciers in the background, enjoying a glass of champers.
That's more like it.
Yeah, exactly.
Hot tub, or glass in hand. Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, it's amazing. And they really do make Alaska an experience on board the ship, as much as you'll enjoy it outside the ship. That's the important thing about cruising with Princess to Alaska.
I mean, if you think about it, you've got this wonderful ship. You can see everything that it has on offer, but it's going to this absolute natural wonderland, isn't it? So the holiday is kind of making itself, really, isn't it?
Yeah, that's so right. Because the scenery is a massive part of enjoying Alaska. And when you're cruising through Inside Passage, Glacier Bay, past these ports of call, not only will you see incredible mountains and glaciers, you might see the glaciers calving. You're going to be seeing those blocks of ice in the water in Glacier Bay. It's amazing. But you might spot some incredible wildlife as well, such as bears, bald eagles, vultures, Dall sheep, moose, literally while you're cruising through these areas of natural beauty. And then, of course, while enjoying the incredible quality entertainment on board, the delicious food, award-winning food, in fact, everything from your favourite slice of pizza through to delicious Asian cuisine, and maybe a touch of real luxury with chef's table luminaire. So it's just an amazing place to be enjoying the Alaskan itinerary. Talking of that, we are going to be heading out of fabulous Vancouver, and the first port of call we're going into in beautiful Alaska is going to be well, Juneau, yeah, it's going to be it's going to be the capital, but this is going to give you a little bit of a flavour of Alaska. So. I mean, we're talking of thousands of kilometres of natural beauty, of course, breathtaking scenery, lovely lush forest, incredible glaciers and fjords. You know, there's nowhere like it on Earth. And once you experience this, it's, you know, carved in your memory for a lifetime, and you will want to go back probably. But for many of us, it might be a one-time only, and that's fine as well, because you'll have these memories for a lifetime. It is absolutely extraordinary.
And you're so close to the action as well. I think that's the thing. It's your unique vantage point you have for Alaska that makes it so special.
Yes. And we're heading into Juneau. Like I mentioned, this is the capital of Alaska. Some of the excursions you might want to enjoy include the Mendenhall Glacier Explorer and the underground mine exploration and gold panning. And these, of course, are offered on board with Princess. They have so many amazing tailored excursions. On to Skagway next. One of the favourites here is the White Pass and Yukon Route Railroad. You can book that again on board. There's also Fabulous Haines. It's just a ferry ride away. And you might want to head to the Red Onion Saloon. It's right there on the port. It's a famous place to grab a bevy. Next up, Ring Glacier Bay. As we mentioned, this is a national park and one of the great wonders of the Great White North. It's incredible. It's UNESCO World Heritage, and so few ships get to actually venture. Ketchikan's next. Some top picks here for excursions include City Highlights, where you can see the totems, and Creek Street, you know, by trolley, or the Great Alaskan Lumberjack Show. Trust me on this one, it's really entertaining. They throw axes as well. So here's a little overview for you. Heading into Vancouver first for a little pre-cruise stay, very relaxing. Then we're heading on to the Ruby Princess, cruising through Juneau, Skagway, the amazing Glacier Bay National Park, finishing up in Ketchikan, back into Vancouver, and then of course you will disembark the ship, head back to the airport, and it's all included end-to-end for you on this amazing trip.
Then, of course, as soon as you get back, you'll be booking the next one, because the funny thing is about Alaska, it's magical, and you will go and you will think, okay, that was brilliant and I want more. It is one of those places, because there are so many natural wonders as well, and I hear this time and time again, is people will go back. And funnily enough, I mean, Vancouver is such a great city. To be part of a partner holiday with Alaska, it's kind of that lovely preparation for Alaska. It's got that lovely vibrancy. You can get into the local culture, you can get the vibe for the city, and then have these exciting adventures within Alaska as well. And there's so much included in the price that we've got for you on this one. So let's hop, skip and jump straight to the price then, shall we? Because it is an absolutely unbeatable deal with us here at Cruise1st. Flights included, 2 nights in Vancouver, your 7-night cruise on Ruby Princess, and the flight back from Vancouver. Look at that. And we can do low deposit right now as well, £199 each, and there is your price tag. And I'd be snapping that up as quickly as you possibly can, because when it comes to cruise lines and Alaska, getting into Glacier Bay, which is the real highlight of any Alaskan itinerary, not every single cruise line can do that. So that means that Princess are taking you right to the very, very heart of the action as well. It's going to be an amazing cruise. It's just going to be one of those. I've never been to Alaska myself. I see the footage and the videos that we show on screen and whatever. Joe's been many times as well, talked to me about the experiences there. Oh my word. And you just want to go. You just think, I cannot miss out on that. I have to see it at some stage. And there are many more adventures you can have from Vancouver as well. The Rocky Mountaineer, there are other Rocky Mountain trips and tours. We've talked about them on the channel. And you can add those to this package as well very, very easily by just talking to the team. Now, let's have a look at upgrades if we're treating ourselves, going up from inside to ocean view, or indeed the balcony or suite. And now I have to tell you, I'm looking at the price tag there and I'm thinking there's very, very little between the balcony upgrade price and the suite price. Like, you know, and this itinerary is about the views, it's about the scenery. So actually you don't ever want to miss a moment of that. So if you're coming out onto your balcony, you know, robes, slippers, whatever, out onto your balcony to be able to see what's happening if you wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning and you want to see where the ship is and where you are right now, what's out there to see. Maybe you're the first one to spot the whale first thing in the morning because you've gone out onto your balcony for a coffee or whatever. How amazing. But of course, you choose on that one. That's the great thing about this. And again, as I mentioned, if you wanted to add those Rocky Mountain experiences, there are 2 tours we do through the Rocky Mountains that can include the Rocky Mountaineer train journey as well, which we've talked many, many times about on the channel. Again, if you want to tailor that, play around with it, again, just talk to the team. 0800 953 4700. We're like the opening page of the brochure, and there's lots more stories within. But we've only got half an hour at a time, so we want to get a nice spread of different places into the show. And now we're going to a different part of the US as well. We're doing a luxury American heritage with a call into Yorktown, which is a brand new port in Virginia that we've not taken you to before, which is very, very exciting.
I'm so excited about this because it's the very first settlement in the United States, Jamestown. Of course, they made a series about this as well. So it's going to be a 13-night package, and better still, this is the price drop special with savings of over £900 per couple coming your way.
Wow.
We'll be leaving on the 2nd of June. We'll fly you stateside to New York, for a fabulous 2-night pre-cruise stay. And it's lovely to be enjoying New York, so you'll be there in summertime as well. So you can just stroll around in your shorts and t-shirt through Central Park, enjoying the beautiful, it's usually very hot and lovely in New York at this time of year. Beautiful weather, going from, district to district. I think one of the best ways to explore New York is by foot if you can, and just walking around and seeing how it's connected, or grab, one of those tours on the hop-on, hop-off bus as well.
And it's very easy to be able to do that as well.
Yes.
There are so many tours on offer. And if you want more than 2 nights in New York, talk to the team. Then it's cruise time onto the Island Princess.
It certainly is. She's a beautiful ship and has a high percentage of balcony staterooms as well. So if you want to treat yourself to a balcony, we'll have more information on that at the end as well. And the lovely thing is, there's really something for everyone. The dining on Princess, by the way, and I know we talk about food a lot on this show because, it's one
part of a cruise.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of the cornerstones of enjoying being at sea. But they have won many awards. USA Today and Cruise Critic have awarded them Best Pizza, which is a big deal, by the way, on the 7 Seas. You've also got lots of exclusive dining opportunities, such as Chef's Table Lumiere, and that's the executive chef actually hosting your table.
Yes, and there's only 10 places or so a night. It's very, very limited. It's very, very exclusive. So it's one of those, don't think, actually, this is one of those extra experiences that I'm paying for and I'm sharing it with hundreds of other people. You're not. It's a really, really tailored and bespoke opportunity for you to kind of get behind the skin, get real, do a deep dive into what happens.
Talking about that, Derek, they have a behind the scenes tour you can book, as usually when you're on board as well, where they actually take you behind the scenes to see how everything fits together. So that always sells out very fast.
Yeah, which is lovely to do because it makes you feel part of the Princess team.
It does.
Because you know a few of what happens behind those doors that say crew only.
Exactly, but you won't know the real truth. Yeah, you might know some of it. They also have, Q&A with the captain. Things like this are extras you might not realise that when you're going on a cruise you have on offer, which is nice. If you want to head up to the gym, there's always loads of classes too. I love to do that at sea if you're a bit of a fitness person. But, if you just want to indulge and relax, tons of places to be horizontal around the ship. Amazing, amazing shows. Now, that's not just in the main theatre. They have crooners as well for, your late night, enjoyable, relaxing, a cappella singers, or they're there with the piano. Movies under the stars. Now, this is something Princess are famous for. Now, we're going out of New York. We've got 10 fabulous nights. We're heading straight into Halifax, Canada, the capital of Nova Scotia, and the largest city, in fact, in Canada's Atlantic province. The Peggy's Cove and Titanic Resting Place tour is a brilliant one to do whilst you're in this port. Speak to the team on board about that. We're at sea into Boston next, which is the cradle of US independence. Now, so much to see and do. You've got Quincy Marketplace, you've got Newbury Street, the Freedom Trail. You can have a selfie at Cheers, where everybody knows your name, of course, or maybe even take a helicopter tour. Then it's Yorktown, brilliant. First time ever that they're doing this itinerary with Colonial Williamsburg. You've also got the Civil War museums there. You can go and see historic Jamestown, the settlement, the first settlement in the US. Amazing. Then it's Charleston, incredible South Carolina, which is a superb colonial architecture that you can see there as well. Lovely old gardens, narrow cobbled streets, everything you'd expect from that southern charm it's really special to have these on an itinerary all together. A day at sea sees us back into New York, where you'll disembark and we'll fly you home, of course. It's all included. But this is a really fresh, exciting itinerary, and I'd expect it to sell out really quick, Derek.
Yeah, absolutely. You'll be able to give Emma a wave as well on the way down the coast as well. On your way down to South Carolina, give her a wave. I'll send her to the coastline to wave back to you on that day. How exciting. This is really, really good. I love this. If you've never been to New York before, in our package, we've got 2 nights included in a hotel. So flight out to New York, 2 nights in a hotel there. If you do want longer than 2 nights, just talk to the team, because if you're going for the first time, you might want a whole week, a whole shebang of New York. So we've got 2 nights in this package, and then you've got 10 nights of cruising on Island Princess, and you are going to have an amazing time. It's a great itinerary as well. Again, great to have the new port there as well, and such a key port as well, such a historic port. So there's lots to gain from that as well. And you'll be some of the first people ever to have visited that place from cruises and have those adventures. So I imagine the excursions are going to be pretty special there. Of course, we'll include the flight back from New York at the end. Now, price tag on this, I've got a was price for you and a new price, because I want to save you lots of money on this one. It's a great deal, it really is, for June of next year. So it was, have we got the was price on? No, okay, so the was price was £2,159 per person, which is brilliant. I mean, really, really good. But I'm going to save you over £450 each on that price tag. So this is a massively discounted price tag and needs grabbing sooner rather than later, like super quick. If you want to make this, it needs to be a quick decision. You can do a low deposit, £199 each right now, to secure that price tag. But this is, and I think, you know, Joe said before, with a new itinerary like this, it's a new adventure. So a lot of people absolutely wedded to Princess and go back and cruise with them many times. Sometimes go back 2 or 3 cruises a year to the same cruise line. New itinerary means it will be snapped up quickly. Let's have a look at upgrades as well. So if you want to go up to Ocean View balcony or that lovely suite, I think a suite would be nice for this. You know, if you're celebrating something, or even actually if you're not celebrating something, if you just think, actually, I want that extra space, I want that. It's quite nice, you know, when you have a suite, it's quite nice every now and again to just say, actually, you know what, I'm not going down to the dining room. We've had a long day in port. We've had some wonderful adventures today. We're just going to have dinner in the suite, watch a wonderful film, and just, you know, have the evening to ourselves. You can do that on a cruise as well. It's very special. Now, let's talk about making Princess Cruises all inclusive with Princess Plus. And Princess Plus has just changed somewhat as well. Enhanced as well. Now the price hasn't enhanced, it's still just £50 per person per day. That gets you the Plus beverage package, that's drinks up to $15 each, unlimited Wi-Fi and 5G for a device, gratuities, unlimited juice bar, premium desserts, couple of those every single day. I mean, it's not compulsory, but they are lovely and they are new. Couple of fitness classes and new express lane boarding. The new casual dining options as well. 2 of those meals are going to be included in that as well. And so it's a little bit like a VIP treatment really as well. Your Ocean Now will be activated as well. So your medallion, so you can use it with the app to order anything you want to be brought to wherever you want on the ship. That's a pretty special thing to do as well. So if you fancy, you know, grab and go burger and a cold beer, but you're just very comfortable on that lounger over there, just use your app and they'll find you, which is really good. So again, talk to the team about that on 0800 953 4700. I mean, you deserve the best of everything, and we're going to give you the best of everything, whether you like it or not, let me tell you. Right then, let's go in a completely different direction right now, and somewhere, I mean, if I say Kangaroo Island to you, you want to know more, right?
I should say so.
Yeah.
I love the variety in this show, actually, because we're going sort of like all corners of the earth, aren't we? So this is Luxury Tasmania with Kangaroo Island. It's going to be 13 nights, leaving on the 25th of March. We're going to fly you down under to Sydney, Australia for a 2-night pre-cruise stay in the absolute jewel in Australia's crown. There's a reason why everybody raves about Sydney. It just will surpass your expectations in every single way. Not only do they have a lovely temperate climate all year round, of course, we're moving into autumn now in Sydney, but it won't feel like it, trust me. You have so much to see and do. You know, it's actually been hailed as the most beautiful harbour in the world, and that will all become clear when you see it.
Oh,
because
for
it's
sure.
Utterly beguiling,
well,
really.
You say Australia to anyone in the UK, and they will say back to you, yeah, Sydney.
Yes, exactly.
It's the first thing you think of, isn't it?
Yes, the harbour bridge, its character. Well, it was built on a bridge in, you know, the UK anyway. So you have that. We're heading on to the Royal Princess, and we've got 8 nights on board, which is great. She was actually launched by the Princess of Wales, Duchess of Cambridge, of course, as she was then. And it's, you know, it's a stunning ship. It's a beloved ship in Princess's fleet. They have incredible atrium performances that you can enjoy as well during the day. It might be some entertainment. It might be, you know, acrobats. All kinds of different things are happening around the ship. Now, when it comes to indulging, because you want to do a little bit of that whilst you're on board, right? The Lotus Spa, wow, they've got 18 different treatment rooms. So if you want to have acupuncture, a full body seaweed wrap, inothermy, if you want to have, you know, mani-pedi, they do something called a fire and ice manicure pedicure, Derek, which is amazing. It's they use hot stones. It's brilliant.
And they always recommend the most amazing products that you think, oh, where have these been all my life?
Oh, and they're so nice as well. They're so nice.
And you can buy them on board as well, can't you?
You can. They've got a store in the spa, loads of great stuff up there that they can, again, tailor to your own specific treatment program.
Those desserts.
The desserts on Princess, my word. I mean, just to imagine, you could be eating like this every single night. Now, you don't have to. There's a spa menu, which, you know, if you're calorie counting, etc., you can do. But I think, you know, whilst you're on holiday, some people like to, whilst you're on holiday, you should enjoy yourself and indulge. And you can also, a lot of people like to walk, they call it walk a mile. You can walk around the deck, especially when you're at sea a few times, just enjoy the sea breeze, get your walking in. There's loads of exercise classes too.
You can still get your 10,000 steps in very, very easily. And then the rest of the day is guilt-free. Amazing.
Exactly. Actually, they do say cruise calories don't count, so that's you know, fair enough. The Enclave, so going back to the spa, those lovely thalassotherapy beds, and then they have the thermal suite, the hot pool. Brilliant entertainment. Honestly, Princess is really renowned for it. These Broadway caliber shows, they'll always delight. Every single night you could be enjoying these as well. And they actually have a live TV studio as well.
Which is really, really good.
Yeah.
Do you know what? One of the highlights for me on this that I was reading about as well, and I think we've seen it in the footage there, is the watercolour fantasy show. So they have water fountains and lights up on the top deck that do the kind of dancing fountains thing as a show of an evening, which is really, really special. Again, that's no ordinary holiday at all, is it?
Not at all.
Incredible.
And the sea walk, of course, where you've got these drops 200 metres down to the ocean. So there's the fountain show. This is really, you know, luxurious to be able to enjoy that. Cruising out of Sydney, we're heading into Hobart, Tasmania, which is Tasmania's capital first, where you can head off on a tour to Mount Wellington and the Royal Botanical Gardens. They have more than 90 National Trust buildings there, and it combines a lot of character with sophisticated style as well. Port Arthur's up next, another port in Tasmania for you. This is a gateway to, you know, the wild and scenic Tasman Peninsula. So you've got lots of natural beauty. You've also got, of course, you know, lots of great things to see and do. Kangaroo Island is next. This is, of course, gives the cruise its name. And it really will stop you in your tracks. This is, you know, a wildlife reserve. You'll see lots of kangaroos, koalas, goannas, which are giant lizards, wallabies, and other native Australian animals. I mean, I can't think of anything, you know, more exciting than an itinerary like this, which does give you the prime opportunity to see the best wildlife in this part of the world.
And am I remembering this right, Joe? Tasmania they call the Apple Isle.
They do.
Why? Do you know why?
I think
is it the shape of it?
I think it is due to the apple harvest on that island.
Oh, they grow apples?
Potentially.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
OK, there's your homework if you're going on this holiday. Come back with a full answer, and your answer will be on the TV going into this old head of mine, which is full of various random facts from around the world. Lovely package, this one. Comes up in March, so it's not that far away. Oh, this is March in, 2024. I keep forgetting that we're still in 2023, so it is the March that's coming up next. Not long away at all. So, the flight from the UK to Sydney included 2 nights in a hotel there. Of course, if you want to make it longer than the 2 nights we have in the package, talk to the team. Then 8 nights of Princess cruising. on the Royal Princess. Very exciting ship going around Australia and the Apple Isle. You're going to come back with your homework answers, remember. You can email if you know the answer right now, so I'll give you the address in a moment. You're going into Kangaroo Island as well. Remarkable Rocks, looks really good, right? And the flight is included from Sydney back to the UK. Okay, price tag, amazing, really, really good. I would think, my little cotton wool head says that that's what you expect to pay for flights to Australia and back. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've never actually looked at flight prices. You know, when you go onto the websites and do, you know, flights only or whatever, I've never actually kind of done that. But you just imagine, well, it's a heck of a long flight and it's a long way away. It's like the other side of the world in a very different time zone. I mean, in Australia right now, it's probably already tomorrow. They're that far ahead. It's ridiculous. Here's your upgrade prices if you want to upgrade. Really good on balcony, right? Look at that. $199 to go balcony. That's good. I mean, for me, that would be a given for a cruise like that. But then actually you look at the suite price as well and you think, well, I'm going all that way. Would be nice to have a suite, wouldn't it? Of course, you can make it all inclusive as well with Princess Plus if you want to. Brilliant. And March, do you know, look at where we are in the year right now. I mean, March will be here before we know it. If you want to know more about this, you want to get it in the diary right now and you're thinking, yeah, this is perfect. This is what we've wanted to do for a long time. Just give us a call and make it happen. Can I tell you, I've spoken to so many people very, very recently, because I've been on cruises recently, and I've spoken to so many people who've said, you know what, I'm not leaving my adventures now until I've got 2 plastic hips and, you know, I can't make it anywhere. I'm going to do the adventures right now. While I'm fit, healthy, and I never know what tomorrow has to bring, I'm doing these big adventures. That's what everyone is doing. Now, I'm going to squeeze in some quick picks as well. I forgot about these, actually. These have all got low deposits on them, and they're no Fly Princess offers as well. So let's have a quick look at those. So we've got PC449. That's 2 weeks of no-fly cruising on Sky Princess around the Med. That goes on the 5th of May from Southampton, from just $1,229 per person. And of course, you can make that all-inclusive with Princess Plus. You've got your solo price there on screen as well. More details by going to the website and putting these references in. So it's just a quick mention of these. PC450. These always sound like policemen, don't they? PC450, so you're on duty. 2 weeks of no-fly on the Sky Princess from Southampton for the 15th of June, heading north to the fjords of Norway and the North Cape in search of the midnight sun, from $1,229 per person, so that's PC450. And the bottom one there, PC451, standing to attention next door, is also heading up to the Norwegian fjords with an Icelandic twist on the 31st of May on Caribbean Princess, and that's 14 nights out of Southampton, including the capital Reykjavik, which lots of people want to head to, from £1,089 per person. PC451, find all those deals and many more on the website at Cruise1st.tv. And just in case anyone has done their homework already and been to Tasmania and know why the Apple Isle is so called, have you remembered?
That's correct, what I said.
Okay.
But do you know why?
No, go on.
Because the apple crop was the first one to be introduced to the early settlers by the Europeans.
Ah.
So that's why they're known for their apple industry, and it kind of grew and grew from then, you see.
Ah, did you use your little gadget? Did you? That's the wonder of having these gadgets connected to the internet.
Yeah,
anyway, if you want to flesh that out, studio at Cruise1st.tv. We always love to hear from you. And stay right where you are, because we're back, as you know, in seconds with many more tempting holidays. Stay there.
Catch you.